Hello YouTube. This video is going to be about making scenery. The plan is we're going to put scenery along the back section here. We're thinking we're going to make some hills. The plan is for it to go the whole way along. So let's get to it. So far I have made these plastic things. I have made them out of PVC. Not too sure what other names you can use it, maybe plasticard. It's 2 mil thick. I have built it into a U shape. And that the plan is it needs to be removable as the top section here opens up. So I need to be able to take it out and remove it when I open it up to access underneath. So it's a good idea to lay some paper down first so we don't make a mess everywhere. Plan is we're going to scrunch up newspaper and we're going to fill the area and then we're going to cover it with plaster cloth. So just repeating the same steps, we cut cloth up into little shapes, we wet it, and then we just cover the paper. I avoid trying to wet the paper because I do not want water everywhere all over my layout, and we only have a small area that we can actually work in. So we continue this step several times until we actually cover the whole area. So I'll leave it here now. I will finish this off and I will show you when it is done. So we have now finished that part. We have put the gyp cloth all over it, showing the techniques that we showed before. We got the first one done. We now have to do the second one. So we will let the gyps dry for 24 hours to 48 hours. And then I will start covering it with paint first, and then we will cover it with grass and other scenery stuff.
Now we have finished the back section, and now we have to wait 24 to 48 hours for it to dry, and then we can proceed our next step.
So we're just waiting for the plaster cloth to dry.
Right.
So my daughter and I have done this. She enjoys filming and also making. Welcome to the next part of our filming, our model scenery section of the hill. We are going to today first cover the whole section with glue, and then we're going to put some finely grated cork over it, and then also we're going to put some larger pieces of cork on, just to make the surface a little bit more uneven. So let's get to it. We are just using pure PVC glue, some home brand one from some cheap place. It does fine. So we're not mixing it down with water, we're just fully putting it on there as we want it to really harden up, and also harden the gyps cloth up underneath as well. So, as you can see, we have also done it to the second piece, continuing the same process as we did before. As you can see, the two pieces are done. We will wait until tomorrow when the glue has dried. So, now we have gotten to the painting stage. We have mixed up some burnt ember and a tiny bit of black, and we also mixed a little bit of raw umber in too. We diluted it with a bit of water to help it spread out, and we're just going to paint the surface, just so when we lay any scenery on top it will end up being brown underneath, showing an earth colour where we could leave some patches. So, we'll paint the whole section. So, we have painted the first one. As you can see, we have blended it with a few little bits of different shades, trying to make a bit of different texture for the ground surface cover. Now we will let it dry. We'll probably let it dry for 20-30 minutes and see how it's going then, before we start the next step of covering it with some turf. So now we will start with the next step. The next step will be, we will cover it with fine turf, earth and soil. I tend to mix these two together, making it a ground coverage, and then I'll just sprinkle it along. So next, I spray it with some water, which has a tiny bit of detergent in it to help it spread out. And then I use some PVA glue which has been diluted down with water to glue it on. The fine turf's going to act as a basic cover as the first layer. It's always best to try build it up in layers, as it will give a better effect at the end. So, of course it looks nice and white at the moment, but it will dry up and it will look great when it's done. So, as you can see, I've also done the second one exactly the same way, using the same methods as I did with the first one. Now I will wait approximately 24 hours. I'll wait for the glue to dry now, and then I'll start covering it with some static grass, and then some shrubs, some underbush, and then eventually I'll finish it off with trees.